So students, let us start off with a discussion of optical resonator. What we have seen is that we require an active medium for a lasing action. What we also need to do is optical pumping, and that we achieve by six different methods. Alright, and it is the power of the amplified light in a laser is actually supplied by the pumping agency. That means through effective optical pumping we can achieve good power for light which is coming out from the laser. Okay, now what is an optical resonator? As you see, only active medium and optical pumping do not act as decisive factor for the operation of a laser. Why? Because a large number of transitions occur spontaneously. We have spontaneous emission occurring normally, isn't it? And that happens in large number and also quite frequently. So a large number of photons that could have given stimulated emission, which is important for lasing action, is lost, isn't it? So we have to control this kind of the photons need to be controlled, okay, so that coherent emission of light takes place. Alright, this because spontaneous emission doesn't give coherent amplification, it doesn't have any direction, or the light is not in phase, isn't it? It is unpolarized, and it is also lost. Lots of stimulated photons which could have given coherent emission is lost. So we need to go for optical pumping. Okay, we need to go for an optical resonator. Now what is an optical resonator? You see, I have drawn it over here. You have a resonator which comprises of an active medium, but at the two ends of the active medium we keep two mirrors. One of the mirror is fully silvered, whereas the other one is a half silvered mirror. Okay, the reason is that why do we keep two mirrors at the two ends? Photons moving within this active medium gets subsequently reflected by the mirrors continuously, and due to series of reflections, what is generated within the medium is the standing wave. Okay, so due to this standing wave, what happens? Large number of photons get limited within the active medium to produce stimulated emission. They are not lost by spontaneous emission. The reason for half silvering this mirror is that, well, we permit a part of this photons which actually are produced through lasing actions, which are coherent, to come out as beam of laser. So a part of it we allow to be lost so that we get the laser beam, and that is why we do not make this mirror fully silvered, we make it half silvered. Alright, now, well, it's not so easy that just by keeping two mirrors like that we achieve reflection and therefore lasing action. Certain conditions have to be satisfied to generate the standing wave. What is the condition? If L be the length between the two mirrors, suppose we consider this as capital L, okay, and if the change of now as you know that if a photon is incident on a medium and gets reflected from the medium, there is a change of phase. Again, when it falls on this medium and gets reflected, there is another change of phase. So every change of phase, if I say gamma, whatever the change is, so there will be a 2 gamma change of phase. So the path difference, if I write down, the path difference delta will be equal to the phase difference delta will be equal to 2 pi by lambda times the path difference. The path difference is L plus L, 2L, plus there will be an additional phase difference of 2 gamma from 2 when reflection takes place from the two sides of the mirror, so it's 2 gamma. So please understand this well. Where what is lambda? Lambda is the wavelength of light. It is the wavelength of light, isn't it? And what is gamma? Well, gamma is the phase change due to reflection from each mirror. due to reflection from mirror, due to reflection from mirror. Okay, all right. So from here you can actually say that for if you have to have resonance, for resonance this is the condition that has to be satisfied. So that is why not for all reflections this will happen. For resonance, delta should be equal to 2 pi by lambda into 2L plus 2 gamma, and for constructive value for resonance it must be equal to an integral multiple of 2 pi. So it will be 2n pi. Okay, n is an integer. What is, so it should be actually equal to, delta should be equal to 2 pi by lambda into 2L plus 2 gamma. That should be equal to 2n pi, where n is an integer. Is that okay? So this condition has to be satisfied for resonance. Okay, now from here we can always obtain the value for lambda, isn't it? We can always obtain the value for lambda. What is the value for lambda over here? Well, we can show that lambda is equal to, from our previous, you can also try, you will see it is equal to 4nL by twice n pi minus 2 gamma. You can show that 1 by lambda is equal to 2n pi by 4nL minus 2 gamma by 4nL, isn't it? So what is C by lambda? Why am I finding out C by lambda? C by lambda is equal to NC by 2L minus gamma C by 2 pi, this is pi, okay, gamma by 4nL. Okay, so NC by 2L, and what do we have over here? Gamma C by 2nL. Okay, so what do we have for nu, which is equal to C by lambda? It is equal to NC by 2L minus gamma C by 2nL. Okay, so only those light waves with this frequency will satisfying this equation will resonate, and we get stationary waves in the cavity that I have shown you over there. Okay, so well, therefore within the active medium you will get outputs of waves occurring. See, this is your active medium. So within this active medium you can get the output of the waves, provided you have a reflecting mirror and a half reflecting face. Now this output will be the loss. This partially reflecting mirror is producing loss, and therefore you are getting the lasing beam. The laser moves out of this. Now this can be made cent% efficient. That means what is the saturation state? The saturation state is achieved when the gain that is provided by the medium matches exactly with the losses at the time of complete round trip. So there is a complete round trip that is taking over here. So this is a kind of a positive feedback that is happening, that happens in an electrical oscillator circuit. Okay, so the gain that you have over here matches exactly with the losses with which the laser beam is coming out, while this reflection takes place from the two faces of the mirror. Now, what are the basic problems that arises from this kind of a resonator? So you realize that making a resonator is not that easy a job. It's not that if you just put two mirrors like this, well, you will get very easily a resonator like that. So, for example, a fully silvered mirror M1 and a half silvered mirror M2. Well, then, well, this is a plain parallel mirror that you have over here at the two ends, but this has its own problem. What happens during reflection? Some of the light, due to sharp edges of the mirror, gets diffracted. There is a bending of light that takes place from the sharp edges of the mirror, which are plane parallel, and the diffraction actually introduces more loss in the production of a lasing beam. So what we try to do, we try to make curved mirrors like this. Okay, so this is the case of plane parallel mirror. Okay, plane parallel mirror. We make curved mirrors, one side curved, another side plane. Okay, so this is hemispherical combination. We call this hemispherical combination. All right. Well, combination. All right. Then we have two mirrors whose focal lengths are actually confocal. We call them confocal, like this. Alright, all of them having the length between them as L. So this is a confocal combination. Alright, and finally we have large radii mirror combination. So large radii, it is like this. So here also this is L, this is large radii mirror combination. So under different situation, we consider different combinations of mirror to get the best output. Now, well, again students, let me tell you, it's not the same mirror that we use to see our faces or comb our hair, okay, alright, or to dress up. If you do that, then such things will never happen. This is a special kind of resonator mirrors. We call these mirrors, they are all resonator mirrors. Okay, so they are usually layered with multi-layered dielectric material to reduce absorption loss in the mirrors. Now they are basically made of glass or suitable substrates, okay, having a series of quarter wave layers of alternate high and low refractive index dielectric materials. So such dielectric materials are coated alternately, alright, having a quarter wave or lambda by 4 kind of wavelength difference, alright. So it is they have a series like that of dielectric materials coated, so that all waves are reflected at the alternate interfaces in such a manner that they are in phase and they add up constructively, so that we achieve reflectance of 99.9%. So such mirrors should give you reflectance of 99.9%. Okay, and well, basically within each you will have 20, almost 20 or even more. Okay, such 20 or more such coating of dielectric material. So you imagine things are not so simple. Okay, so well, the resonator serves the function of frequency selectors, as you understand now from this discussion, and give rise to directionality in the output. So if optical pumping gives you the power, The optical resonator gives the directionality of the output. Let's stop over here. Directionality of the output, your MCQ question.